$1 million, but when you climax,
Oh god.
Whoa.
I can't believe we're taking it to this level.
you barf in your mouth.
Yeah, I probably would.
I probably
All right,
would.
ladies, be warned. Brett may puke on you.
He's not getting this offer right now. This is a scenario.
No, this is based on things that will never happen, right?
All right,
Or-
let's
okay.
do it right now.
What?
Let's use this scenario.
Go ahead.
Let's do it right now.
Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
I'm sorry, but
When she
she's
cuts-
a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What? If you back up with the saw!
we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is
Oh,
very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
John.
I can quote Speed too.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Garfield and Friends from Pickle
Oh,
Fanboys.
Now, which one?
The second one, not the
Yes.
first one.
This one.
Times a hill.
Yeah, I hate that one.
It doesn't matter. That's
Well,
just an
yes,
image.
but there are two
There's
actual
two-
songs.
there's two of
Oh,
them.
The
well,
second
that's what they.
one,
That's he sent me a picture.
Ready?
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 Two.
To
Party!
We're ready
To party.
We're ready.
Dun, dun,
I hope you bring lots of spaghetti.
dun, dun.
Come on in, come on down to Garfield and Friends. Come on in. It's time to party with Garfield,
Garfield
and
and
Friends. And then I think there's another
I
verse.
love how we all know that one.
I think there's another verse.
There
in it.
is. There's a little bit more to it.
Oh my god, I'm like tearing up
I
here.
just got a
Good one.
Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot!
I
You
thought that
okay?
You were gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you can do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
Out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out now. Flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit.
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there.
Give me your
Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia. Welcome back to PTOUnlimited podcast. My name is Brett.
I'm Josh.
Alex.
This is episode 308.
Yes, it is. And
Brett's
on
looking
what?
cool over here.
Yeah, I guess cool guy over here. On this day, 42 years ago, Caddyshack came to theaters.
Mm.
That's almost 50
Dang.
years, bro. 42 years ago. Why the F are you wearing sunglasses, Brett?
So I know I told you guys this, but you forgot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I already remember. Yep.
Okay.
As soon as you said it, I was like, oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
On Friday, I went down to Indy and had LASIK eye surgery done.
Yeah.
I didn't think you were gonna do it like that quickly.
Yeah,
Well,
I when I did my first Zoom consultation about it, they said, or the guy said, if you are, if your eyes are physically eligible, we can get you in same day. And I'm like, well, yeah, there's no point in going down, finding out you can do it, coming back home, and then going back down again just to do it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't have to wear them, but we got bright lights
Yeah,
in here.
I
and-
just-
Yeah, it's probably not. Good
I'm the
for
guy
you.
over here putting all these lights up, and I'm like, why is Brett wearing sunglasses? I'm like, this douchebag over here doesn't say why. And I was told why last Monday, and I was like, I'm the douchebag.
Okay.
Well, I never thought you were a douche.
So how?
No,
you,
I was being that way. I was like, why?
Explain the process.
Okay, so
Yeah, tell it.
I plan on telling a story. It's quite an interesting procedure, but so you go down there and you have to do like 3 small tests.
Which are?
Well, I don't know. like you know how you put your head up against the thing.
Yeah,
your
and then they
forehead
like
there?
blow the stuff
They
in
don't
your
blow.
face.
There isn't one that blows a puff into your eye,
Okay.
but they just. I think that was to see how bad your vision is, and you get that part done. Then you go into another room. A nurse / receptionist does the first 3, and then an actual doctor of some type does the next couple.
Okay.
And then you actually see the surgeon, and he just confirms everything. Then he goes and operates on you. So get the first 3 done. Everything was looking good. Go for the next 2. He kind of the first doctor I saw was a young kid.
Okay. Yeah.
At least I would say he was in his mid to late 20s.
Yeah.
So he kind of explained what your eye actually does and what the surgery does to correct it, which was all foreign to me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you are pretty much a prime candidate for this. So I'm going to take you back out to one of the ladies and they'll kind of go over the details and we'll get you going. It's like, okay. So go back to the lady and kind of finish up the paperwork. And she's like, well, we can do it at this time, this time, and this time. So I chose 1:15. So Ashley and I went and got some lunch and came back. And as I'm waiting for my turn to actually have the surgery done, there were 2 people in the waiting room, and they both got theirs done and left before it was my turn. That's how quickly they do
wow, it's that quick.
it. Yeah. So
Wow.
Jeez, dude, that's fucking crazy.
it was my turn. I go and get prepped, which was take a few pills, and they explained all the drops that I use when I'm done. Put a thing over my head with some gauze right by my temples because it's gonna catch all this junk.
Yeah.
Go in there and I asked the doc before we went in, the surgeon. I said, "Are my eyes going to continue to get worse?" He's like, "Really? The only thing that's going to happen, and this doesn't matter if you get the surgery or not, is by about 40 to 45, 42, somewhere around there, you'll probably won't be able to see as good up close, so you'll need reading glasses."
Reading glasses was actually something I heard everyone knows too.
But yeah, because the part of your eye that helps with that, it just deteriorates with your age.
Can't do anything about it.
Can't do anything.
Yes, exactly right. So the surgery part, this is the interesting part.
Oh God!
So I go into this room, and it looks like a freaking laboratory.
Well,
of
yeah,
course
of
it
course.
does,
Everywhere. There's the surgeon, and he's got 2 assistants.
Have you had any form of like dental procedure where you are knocked out? Have you ever been under?
I've been on gas.
Just for
but I've
basic
never been
drillings and
out.
stuff,
Yeah, he's never been
fillings,
out, yeah.
but nothing as far as
No anesthesia.
This is the most
most
invasive
intense
procedure you've had.
surgical
Probably.
procedure.
Yeah.
I mean, eyes are a little bit different than teeth.
Well, yeah.
Agreed.
But-
You're seeing the whole thing instead of
Right.
of
Okay, so
imagining
anyways,
it.
you go in there. There's lots of
So
shit all around.
You lay down on this bed.
Oh, God.
One of the assistants gives you squeeze balls, like
Mhm.
foam balls to squeeze.
Yeah.
She's like, "Okay, raise your legs. I'm gonna put something under like where your knees are, so
Yep.
you can rest your legs on." I'm
Yep.
like, okay.
Mhm.
So he just kind of tells me there's 2 parts to it. So the first part, he's like, "I'm gonna put something around your eye so you can't close it." I'm like, okay, like that's good, because one of my questions was, how do I keep my eye open?
No, sir.
So I'm
It's
looking at
almost
this
like a-
thing.
He's never seen it, Alex.
I've never seen it, but I could feel it. It's just
Yeah.
a wire
Oh,
thing.
I
that
thought you
keeps
were gonna-
your
I know.
eyelid
I know what
open.
it is. Yeah.
Alex, I thought you were gonna mention Minority Report.
It's not one of those.
Okay.
No. No, but it's very similar.
So there's a whole thing over your head, and you can only do one eye at a time. But there was this little ring with lights all around it. He's like, "Look in the center of that ring of light. Just stare in the center of it." I'm like, okay. So then he takes like what looked like a giant contact lens and puts it over my eye.
Uh-huh.
So now I have this thing holding my eyelid open, and then this thing on top of my eye.
Yeah.
So then I feel this pressure onto my eye, like pushing my eyeball back into my head. It wasn't like intense, but it was okay.
Oh, okay.
I can't push back because I'm laying on my back. So this pressure against my eye, pushing it into my head. And then he did something with a laser.
No.
And then he did the other.
And then he did something with a laser. Let's just
And that
skip
part
that
was
part.
done.
How fast was the laser procedure?
The whole thing took less than 10 minutes.
Oh my God! Wow.
So then we move over to the second part.
Okay.
And he's like, okay.
Did you feel
so-
anything?
Not well, just that
Just the
pressure.
Just the
pressure.
pressure.
But I couldn't feel him do anything.
Oh my
Could you
God.
smell
The
anything?
whole thing. One thing that we'll get to that. One thing that they kind of feature is that there's no blades. It's all.
It's all laser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think early versions of it
They would
did
just,
have a blade.
They would do this.
Okay.
So get to the second part,
Hmm.
and he's like, okay, there's going to be a blinking green light. Just look at that. I'm like, okay. So got the thing in to keep my eye open, and he had a little tool. I think I saw something like wiping away something, but I couldn't feel anything.
Yeah. Mhm.
So he was doing, but before he did that part, he's like, okay, here comes the laser, and then his assistant is counting down how many seconds the laser is running. I could hear it, and it even says, you might hear the clicking of the laser.
Yeah.
So I could hear the click. She's counting down, but I could smell it,
Yep.
and it smelled like it was burning.
Yep.
It's like,
That's
okay,
what
they're
it's
burning
supposed
away
to
my
smell
eye.
like.
So the laser gets done. Then I see him wiping away, and it's getting clearer and clearer. Switch and do it to the second eye.
Oh my.
Get all done, and the room's real dark.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So he hands me sunglasses, and I walked out, and that was it.
So can you see 2020?
So
When do you get to see?
so I can see now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to go back on Saturday for my post,
Yeah.
Oh.
and I was literally there less than 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I go in, I sit in the chair. She's like, read what you can read.
Okay.
With one eye, cover your left eye,
Yeah,
read
yeah.
what you can read. So my right eye is seeing 2015.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
My left eye is just a little bit behind, but she said it's normal for it to be a little bit off, and it will catch up and be you'll see
'cause it's
20/20 or better with both eyes then.
Yeah.
Now, Friday afternoon as we're going home. So you're supposed to take a nap like as soon as you can.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I fell asleep in the car.
Yeah.
We had a 2-hour drive,
Yeah.
and I didn't sleep very long, but when I woke up, of course it's no cloud in the sky, bright out.
Oh, it's bright as F out.
And
yeah.
it felt like it was bright and my eyes wanted to close, but then like they wanted to open because they had been through such a trauma
Yeah.
that they wanted to close, but I wanted to open them. So it just it was contradicting each
That
other.
is a weird
That
contradiction.
was the worst part of it all, was the ride home.
Yeah.
Once I got home, I slept for like 3 hours. I woke up. They felt much better. As of right now, like I drove down on Saturday myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As of right now, the only problem is, and it may not even be there tonight, but even last night a little bit, and especially Saturday morning, with any kind of light against a dark background, there's a halo effect, which is
okay.
normal,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that will recede. But for this first week, I have to take drops, one type of drops every hour.
Mm-hmm.
I have to take another type of drops every 4 hours, and I have to take 2 pills twice a day.
Oh.
Probably an antibiotic.
It's I forget what it's a dietary supplement or something, but nothing major. But
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
yeah,
So halfway through this, you're gonna have to run and go do drops.
no, I took them before I came. So.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. That's quite a
But you can
quite a
see.
procedure.
I can see. Now,
Man.
the weirdest thing is when I'm at home, I feel like I need to take out my contacts. I don't have to take out my contacts. It's like I've never been home in my place of comfort without frames of some kind for 30
know.
years.
Yeah.
So that's been the weirdest feeling part of everything.
Okay.
Hmm.
But
You can lay down and watch TV with no
yeah,
issue.
it's great.
God,
and
I can't
think,
imagine
that.
that.
As I get used to it, it's just
Alex, if
it's
anyone
great.
were to get it, it'd be me before you.
Oh, definitely.
how long have you worn glasses?
Since I was at least 7, I think. Maybe
So
8.
longer than me. Then.
8, maybe.
So I got them when I was 10.
Okay. Yeah, 8. I want to say 8.
25.
Yeah.
It was
Okay.
25.
So you have like.
I mean, it is expensive.
And you don't even wear yours to wear yours.
Oh, I forget.
How good they are.
I forget that I can actually see when I wear them.
Those are really cute lenses on you too. I
Aw,
would like.
Are you in a can you not see without contacts or glasses?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh sucks at seeing.
I mean, I could. I know what the sign
he sucks at
says
hearing and he
right
sucks
there,
at seeing.
But my right eye wouldn't
Yeah.
be able to make it out.
I can
so.
pretty much with my glasses. I can read everything.
I would
on
not
that
be able to
screen.
read anything on the TV right now.
Right.
Nothing.
What
Not
about
even our
us?
logo.
Can you see us?
I can see you, but I can tell that you're a blob of things.
Sure.
I hate when people say, "Can you see you?" Yes, I can see that you
It's
are
just
there.
blurry.
I'm not. You're not. It's not like foggy or anything. But the
Oh, you
fact
guys
that
are super blurry with
it's
my
all
left
like
eye.
I can't read anything on OBS. There's not a word on there I'll be able to read. Maybe live because it's green. But that's about it. So, by the way, we are live on YouTube, so be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. PTO Unlimited Podcast. Subscribe to us. Appreciate all the
Now, what
subscribers.
did Patrick say there?
Brett with the fresh cut and the shades.
shade.
Lady Killer in the house.
I don't think it is a fresh cut.
That's
I
not
think
fresh
it's
cut at
Oh,
all.
it looks like
It's actually a little.
It's
It's a month
a little
more
over
in.
a week.
Yeah,
So
yeah, over a week.
a little over a week since I got cut.
I
Yeah.
have a mosquito bite on my thigh.
Okay,
I'd
Alex
ask
is.
Brett to look, but it'd be weird. And
Okay, he already almost
He
walked
al-
in on
and
you
he-
changing.
I know.
Well, he kind of did.
It's
Your
not like he would have
door-
been able to see.
Your bedroom door was open and the front door was open.
It's hot in here.
Well, we had the front. I opened up the front door so you could easily walk in, but you snuck
you
in.
do, but you don't ever do that.
I know you didn't close the door.
No, I just figured it was open because
It was
it's not
no,
real hot
no.
outside.
No, it's awful outside.
Yeah, well,
still.
it's still
No,
hot.
It's like
well, it's hot.
75.
The humidity is awful.
It is humid.
I can't.
It's
do
yeah, the
humid.
But
humidity
it's
right
not
now is
blazing,
So-
Sprite. hot.
So we'll clear the air right now. Brett walked up the stairs. Alex was behind the bed putting shorts on. She wasn't like
I wasn't
nude,
naked. It was fine.
but she's like, "Don't look!" And Brett's like, "Ah!"
Put my hand up to cover the whole
He did
door.
the Hank Bull.
The Hank Hill.
Oh man, our week wasn't that awesome. We played Rock Band. That's like
We
the
did.
only-
We actually
like,
had
you
a
broke
ver-
the seal.
Saturday was a really good night,
Yeah.
or a
Why don't you
good
say
day.
something? We weren't doing anything.
Saturday?
Oh,
How are we to know?
I don't know. We just-
We played Rock Band for like 3 hours Saturday evening.
Oh no, it was not 3
It was from, like,
hours.
4 to 7. Yeah.
BS.
Then you took a nap, and then we went out. Oh, we went to Pride.
There's
downtown.
no way. Thank you for making dinner. There's no way that we played for 3 hours. It was probably 2 at most.
Just the two of you?
We
Yes,
invited Jake.
At one time, Jake had walked downstairs and he was like, "Oh, you guys are playing Rock Band."
I just
We're
played
like, "Hey,
games for
want to
6
play?"
hours
And he's like,
straight.
"No, I just got done playing games for 6 hours straight."
It's like this isn't really Rock Band. I don't really
Like,
consider.
I don't
a
think.
game.
I mean, it's a game, but not a game. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, next time we'll see what you're doing if we're
Especially not a
doing
game when
on
you have it on
weekend.
no fail mode.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. There's times when I'm like, oh, I'm really
No,
happy. I
we
put
bought
that
a
on.
few new songs
Mhm.
and played and
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, playing and watching. I mean, I guess. Well, actually, before we go into that, we went to Pride downtown Saturday.
Yeah, we went to Pride Fest.
Fort
It was
Wayne
a lot
Pride
of fun.
Festival.
Yeah.
They canceled a lot of things due to the weather, but
Well,
then
no,
the
they only
weather-
canceled like there was like a parade in the morning that they canceled because it was thunderstorming.
Okay,
But it got like
it cleared up.
oh
real
yeah, it cleared
fast.
up like around
We
11.
we went there real late, like 9:30 at night.
Yeah.
and we were only there for like an hour and a half, and then we went and tried to.
We
bar
tried
hop.
going out to bar hopping, but it was so
Just
packed.
me and Alex.
Yeah, it was so packed downtown because of Pride. It was just
So we went to Alex's uncle bartends at a
like
club.
a
It's a secret club.
it's not like
well, you have to be a member.
okay, you know, but you can't say it's like a club.
You can't drink there
Like-
without somebody being a member.
I know, but it's not like it's a club.
It is.
It's
you-
like
You have to be a member. That suggests a club.
That is a club.
when you say club and then you talk about drinking, you're talking about a boom boom boom
No,
club.
it's literally it's a clubhouse bar.
It's just
It's
like
a little brew
it's a
house
bar
thing.
that you
It's, like,
need
real
with a
small.
membership.
It's a pub.
It's like yeah, more like I
It's got a few. It's got a few
It's not
pool
even
tables.
really a pub. I would. It was.
Yes, it
it's,
is.
I don't. It's like a recreation hall, is what it is.
Okay. Either way, it's a bar as well. So
Either
you
way.
have to be
So
a
yeah,
member.
we had gone there and we met up with this cool guy.
Yeah, a real cool guy. He was
This
3
really
feet to the wind.
this guy who's already
Shoving a microphone in our face like he's hot shit, and we're in front
Like
of a
I was
microphone.
like, do you know I'm in front of a microphone like 4 days a week, man? It's not intimidating at all.
He's like, you can sing. It's okay. It's not plugged in. It's like, yeah, this is.
Like I'd sing if he wasn't.
I
plugged
stream
in.
across the web. I don't care about your
Oh
microphone.
no, but he was pretty funny. He was
Shout out to
super
Adam.
drunk. Yep, shout out to Adam. I gave him my card, so he may or may not be watching.
Yeah.
Who knows?
He
He's gonna
was,
be in
he
chat
was
in a
he was a
second. Hey,
fun
they're
guy.
talking about me.
He was a fun guy. He had to be constantly reminded he's married.
Yeah, I know. he was just having fun. It's okay.
Anyways, moving on from that, we didn't really do much that night. Then we were gonna go out and do stuff. We could have gone to a club.
Oh, we were
or
gonna go to
something,
like
but,
this brand new dance club that opened up, but when we drove by, it would look kind of.
Like it didn't look.
It just looked dead. So I
Yeah.
was like, whatever. Let's just go home.
I don't even remember what we did. We didn't even do anything great.
We we just
Chilled.
chilled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just had a good time. We just chilled.
Anything else going on throughout your week, Brett?
Don't think so.
I'm pretty. I got corporate people in the house
big
this
wigs?
week. Yeah,
thought
big
that was
wigs
last
this week.
week.
No,
No,
this
that's
week.
this week.
We were
He was
preparing
prepping
for it.
for
Yeah,
last
this
week.
week they're here, so I'm like, oh, I'm in tomorrow and Wednesday. So instead of Thursday, I have to go 2 in a row, and that's going to be a little wearing on the drive, but it'll be all right. Playing and watching. Do you have anything that you're new?
Just doing some more Power Washer Simulator.
Dude, Quentin is trying to get us to do it, and I'm like, well, we got that. And then there's the lawnmower simulator, and
I'm not gonna play Lawnmower Simulator. I'd play Power Washer Simulator.
Do you want to do that this weekend?
I mean, now that I'm gonna be streaming all 3 days, so I mean, I
Yeah.
have a day I could try it.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I could do what I did. I could do a split stream and do Power Washer Simulator for like an hour, and then
See if
go to
it's good
something.
for an hour first.
Well, I mean, who's gonna like watch me on stream play that?
Well, is it? You got to find if it's fun too.
Well, that too.
If
I mean,
it-
it's more
if you're enjoying it.
satisfying.
It's not fun. It's
It's just
satisfying.
relaxing.
Yes.
Yeah.
soothing.
Yeah. So I'm like, do I just want to like? It seems more
Interesting.
like a game I would do not to stream.
The
but
first thing you can wash is your own van, so that's a good way to find out if you like it or not.
That's interesting, huh? That's cool. Let's move on from there. We don't really have much as far as our
we
playing
didn't
and
do any
watching.
more like
Solar
extra-
Opposites.
Yeah, we're just watching the new season of Solar Opposites.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a
we
real,
didn't really
real.
watch anything else this
blah.
weekend. 'cause,
Oh,
Friday,
I checked out the director's cut
Oh,
of
yeah.
Sin City. Have you watched this?
I don't think I've
If they
seen
have it on
the
HBO,
director's cut.
They have it on HBO Max, and it's out of order.
Yeah, Josh had to
Is it-
shut it off.
It starts off with the Marv story, or
Mm.
not Marv,
The
Brittany Murphy and
What the heck is his name? Clive Owen's character.
yeah,
yes.
Murph.
No.
No,
well-
not Murph.
Oh
What
my
the
gosh.
heck is his name?
Okay, so it starts off with that story, the
Yeah.
entire tar pit story, the entirety of it.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't it cut it?
No,
half?
that one is
that the opener,
complete
though?
In the middle, no.
That's in the middle.
the
Okay,
way Hardigan gets betrayed by his partner
Yes.
is the opener,
Yeah.
where Nancy's a child.
okay.
Yes.
That I didn't
Yes.
even get to. I turned
Yeah.
it off because
It's
right
a
after
lot
that.
of order.
Right after
Yeah.
that, they did Josh Hartnett scenes back to back.
Josh Hartnett's scene was actually
They're
the
both
very
open
first
and closed.
and closed. Yes,
They put them together right after that.
that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is stupid. I
Was
don't
that-
even. It's on HBO Max.
Was it Tarantino or Robert Rodriguez that did?
They did both. Both
both
of them.
did
It was actually one of the pair ups that was like really big news, you know. But like it has some extra minutes in it, but I was like, I just don't even know if I want to go through it, and like I just don't, because I don't even know if it's worth it, because I like the order that the Sin City movie itself is in, because it feels linear.
I kept my physical version on DVD.
I have it too.
Because when it came out, there were 4 different covers.
You got
for
the Elba,
sleeves.
right?
I got the Jessica Alba.
That's right. Yeah.
There was
course you
Jessica
did.
Alba. There was
Yeah.
Marv.
Of course he did.
There was Clive Owen's character. Not Owen. It's not Clive Owen, right?
No.
What
yes.
the heck is his name?
Yeah, it's Clive Owen. Hold on. God, we're being stupid
Dwight
here. Yeah, Dwight.
was his character's name.
Yes, that's who.
Let
it
me
is.
let me
Is that
let me
his-
actually let
Is
me
that his
open up
real name though?
let me
No.
open up this movie.
It's Clive. I know that's his first name.
Clive Owen. You're right.
Okay.
Yes, because there is a movie that I'm going to suggest today that he's in. So, moving on. Yeah, if you want to check it out, it's on HBO Max. But they've been putting a lot of director cut stuff on there. That's like I clicked on Sin City. I was like, oh, I actually want to watch this. And I was like, oh, there's a director's cut. I'll check that out. And that kind of ruined it. I was like, it's not really for me. So, do you want to talk about the movie club?
Already?
Well, what do you got next?
Well, I had a couple things.
We got. I mean,
got a
if you want
couple
to talk
things.
about like news stuff and all that, we can go into that, because there are some things that are really huge.
Well, I saw you
so.
put Vince on there, and was one of my
Yeah,
things.
Vince McMahon. I don't know how we want to touch this.
So
That's what she said.
she didn't say it, I don't think. So he's been forcibly retired.
Yeah.
Amidst a scandal,
Mm-hmm.
and I think this is long overdue, just because the
Yeah.
WWE is nothing like it used to be. And on top of this, I just announced today that Triple H is taking over creative.
Yeah, I was
Yep.
gonna say that.
I knew he was probably going to
which
be one that
is
was
the
going
best
to.
thing that could happen.
Yes.
Yes, and I hope it's done I hope he brings back a lot.
I just saw that whatever pay-per-view's next is Roman Reigns and
Yes,
Brock
it's
Lesnar.
the
SummerSlam.
same thing
Yes.
as like 10 years ago,
Okay,
Brett.
so
You're
here's
not
the thing, Brett.
missing
It's
much.
the
We've
same
known of
pay-per-view
this.
main event every month.
We have somebody who comes into our chat. Shout out to Arrow. He might be listening or watching. He's a regular on Twitch for us, and he's a big wrestling person. He's into all the promotions. I'm talking indie scene even. He will go into
Anything.
depth on a
Yes.
wrestler.
He's like our wrestling expert.
He's a wrestling expert for the most part,
Yeah.
except he's Gen Z.
Yes.
So he doesn't know of a lot of classics that we talk about sometimes. But anyways, he's brought us up to light for every single pay-per-view, and he's excited about every single main event that comes on.
No,
Anyway,
it's like,
he's a regular for
Bro,
it.
I've
and we're
seen
just
that
like,
match before.
We've seen it. This is like number 5. I don't care anymore. It's like seeing Hulk Hogan wrestle. Who knows who? His rivalries were like worn thin after a while. You know, it's like for most rivalries that continue like this, it's just okay. I don't want to talk about this anymore. So Vince is leaving.
Vince is leaving.
Stephanie McMahon.
There's going to be co-CEOs.
She went on to SmackDown and had like a weird reaction when she announced his retirement. It was like a boo and yay at the same time. It was very odd. Like you don't know how to react to this because there's such a scandal going on that's so deep in the WWE that's not being shown.
Well,
And
it's deep enough that it's making him retire.
Chris Benoit stuff is coming to light.
Yeah.
I've seen some comments about it.
There's some stuff
It's not good.
that's a little sketchy.
I don't know where this
You can
is
look it
gonna
up
go.
yourself.
I don't know where this is going to go.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I don't want to get into like the conspiracies of this, but how do you feel
Well, like I said,
as a
it's-
wrestling
well,
ex-wrestling
I'm not.
fan? You grew up.
There's a serious problem with the WWE. There has been for years,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
When was it for you? Like
So-
2017, right?
The
The Royal Rumble.
the last one that I watched, it was after that. It was John Cena versus Lesnar, and I think it was a SummerSlam when he German suplexed him like 16 times and he beat him. And I hated that because
It was boring.
John Cena is a worker who would show up at every event all the time. Brock Lesnar comes in here for 3 pay-per-views a year,
Yeah.
and Cena puts him over, and it really irritated me because I didn't think that was fair to John.
I agree.
No, I
agree.
agree. I know exactly what you're talking
Especially
about.
the way he won. It wasn't even a good match.
No, it was
he kicked-
sad
he
is what it
kicked
was.
John's ass, and I didn't think John deserved that.
It didn't need to be that
and
way.
It's just
It's more
I'm
like they
so
they
tired
made him
of Brock
do that.
Lesnar.
I am too.
Agreed. So when he came back for the 3rd or 4th time, this
That's
is
the
like
thing.
The
He
4th
said
time now. I don't know.
100 times, "I'm retiring." He's like,
retired.
he's like the Brett Favre of the WWE times 100.
It's even worse. He's worse.
Yes,
He's
he
worse.
is.
Yeah, he announces it for drama or some kind of clout. I don't know. Maybe because he wants to stay relevant or be in the news
Yeah,
headlines.
I don't know.
He's not interesting anymore. If they made him an interesting character, then it would be interesting.
We get
He's-
it. Brock is
He's got
a
the
big
personality
wrestler.
of a melon.
Dude, Vince let go Bray Wyatt, the character that was like the character of our generation.
Yes,
Suddenly, like
he was
was
amazing.
amazing to watch. He brought this character, the Fiend, in, and it was scary.
Yes, like that made me like
He's
excited to
out,
watch
he's
wrestling,
out.
and then they just bye bye.
And
They-
all of the
They
all of them.
need to go to get an Edge again. I don't know if they can.
They
do
they
that.
have Edge.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
they,
I
they,
mean,
they have
Edge.
they actually have
They
Edge.
hired Edge, man. He's
Not
wrestling.
Adam Copeland. I don't mean Adam Copeland. I mean they need to get edgier, like they
I
were. They
know.
can't do the Attitude Era again. It
No,
won't
No.
work.
no.
But they
no.
need to get. I mean that I
They
would
need to
say
go back
I
to
haven't
like
watched-
Attitude Era.
I don't even know if I
style.
go back, even if I did.
They can't go to that extreme. But
No.
AEW is a little bit edgier.
Yeah.
WWE wants to appease families and children right now,
Right.
and it's just
It's
I
so
just- no.
weird. Moving on. So as far as I feel with that, like,
But again,
sad.
with Vince leaving and Triple H being in charge of creative, I mean, everybody's seen what he did with NXT, which is not a thing anymore, right?
it is,
It's
but
still
it's
is.
not like I don't even know if he went back to doing that.
I don't know. I don't either. But he did. He was in
He's
charge
big
of
on
that,
that.
and it did very well.
Mhm.
So hopefully he can recreate that on a larger stage.
Yeah.
I even if it's better, I probably won't ever watch again. I'm just done with it. But
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
the fact that they for years they wouldn't push certain talent, and that talent just goes to the competition like AEW.
Yeah.
You know Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson, whatever his name is in AEW.
That's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like he used the WWE for all those operations, and then he
Mhm.
left.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's so
And-
odd to me.
You know, if you are constantly getting, you know, pushed aside for Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, and I don't even know
Yeah.
who the other headliners are now.
Me
but
neither.
It doesn't
Hey,
matter.
was Ashley a wrestling fan at all?
If she has, she hasn't told me.
She never told you. You never brought up. Yeah. Okay. I have another quick thing to say here. Another article that I read last month that I want to just see what you guys think about this real quick before we go into the movie. Japan last month made it illegal to insult somebody online and punishable for up to 1 year in jail.
How do they?
How do they
enforce that?
Yeah, how do they enforce control that?
Social media, I guess. At one point, if you're insulting
Oh,
somebody
like
in
if it's
social,
print, I would get that. But
Yeah.
if it's streaming or whatever, you know,
right?
matchmaking.
That's weird.
That would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
hard.
Online, so you could probably report somebody maybe if you have a
Sure,
way
yeah,
of
but
recording
then-
the
Okay, but how do you
conversation.
like?
SWAT,
So
you
how
know?
do they get to the point of jail? Like, what steps do you got to take to be like, this person insulted me? He called me a bitch.
Okay, so Japanese parliament said that the move comes after. Oh, this is after a reality TV star died. It doesn't say as to how they're going to. Offenders previously faced 30 days of detention, so this has already been enforced,
Oh, okay.
and
so
a
be
fine of
careful.
10,000 yen or $75 US. So yeah, this is already being enforced. So I don't know. It probably doesn't even go into how it's being
There's
done.
so many people to monitor. How
I don't know.
I don't get
You
how
have to give
that.
up your passwords
maybe
at
they're
that point.
going on, or maybe they are selecting the extreme of the extremes.
Maybe
Yeah.
I
to make
guess.
an example of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I that's a weird thing to me, and
That is something that
I
will
don't think
not
that
happen
something can
here.
happen here.
No, it
There's
won't.
too much freedoms
No,
here.
there's with yes. No,
I mean, that's
won't happen.
You'd have to give
you
up
can
too
make
much.
an argument that it's against the freedom of speech.
It is.
Yes.
You know, but
Yeah, it kind of is. But then there's defamation of character.
Sure.
Yeah. We've got Ashley that says,
she does say she's
no,
never
Josh,
been.
I have never been a wrestling fan.
Okay,
So, yes,
well,
there you
you
go.
don't have anything to worry
I
about as
didn't
far
think
as
she had been.
whether or
I was
not
gonna
you
make a guess.
are going to hurt her feelings with who you're talking trash about. Anyways, let's talk about American Graffiti, because what a surprise this movie was. Alex chose this. This is the Movie Club movie of the week. And some interesting. So there's some people in this movie that I was like, oh, I recognize that guy, but I don't know his name, so I can't even look him up because I don't know his name in the movie. So I don't know where to see him on IMDb because his face doesn't look the same. So I just gave
Aged.
up. I was like, there's some people that I recognize in this movie, but Richard Dreyfuss is the star of this with Ron Howard, Paula Matt. Harrison Ford is on this, but he's in like 3 scenes.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
very small part.
It's his first movie.
So this movie takes place in 1962. A group of teenagers in California's Central Valley spend one final night after their high school graduation cruising the strip with their buddies before they pursue their varying goals. So I had no interest in this film immediately as soon as I was like, oh God, just an old film. It started off with a comedic bang with the Vespa. That was
Josh
great.
busted out loud. It almost looked like it wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh, so it wasn't. I
That
told you it
was
looked like a
not in the
mistake.
script.
I told you it looked like a mistake. That's
And
hilarious.
They both stayed in character. They kept it in. George Lucas was so thankful.
I love it.
Yes.
That's the first part
There's
of the movie.
a lot of scenes in this movie where they just took the first cut.
Nice. Okay.
So I'm going to tell you about those as we talk about this movie along the way.
Okay.
But yes, the Vespa, I immediately lolled and I was like, oh my God, that's great. And then I was like, is this going to be a stupid like movie that I don't give a crap about? And all of a sudden it's like, okay, so I care about some things, but the story's a little lingering. What'd you think, Brett?
I mean, I get why it was very popular when
Mhm.
it came out. I kind of compared it to like Our American Pie.
I
Like,
was thinking
get
Porky.
why
So, all right. So,
kids
yeah. So
liked
that's
it.
what.
Yeah.
That's what I was comparing
Mhm.
it to. I was like, so this is basically my grandparents like American
Mm.
Pie.
Your mother
More like-
still
more
likes
like-
it a lot.
Maybe your grand. I would say my. What
My
year,
mom
what
and dad
year
weren't
did it
even
take
born until like
place?
That was in
62.
62. So yes.
it's a little too. It's a little. My parents would have been like young kids.
Yeah,
My
it came
mom
out
and
in
dad
72.
were not born yet.
So it came out in 72. So my parents would have been like
Just
just
if you
before
compare
teenagers
to
or
the
before.
age, I guess it's
Yeah.
right around the same time because I was in junior high when American Pie came out. So
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's got to be.
My
like,
parents probably looked up to this movie.
sure.
I'd say so.
Well,
Because
yeah,
they
I'm
were
sure. That's
young.
my mom said it was a lot because the movie came out in 72.
72.
Yeah, so it came out 10 years later, like than what it was.
Yeah.
So then
Depicting.
my parents
Right.
were teenagers when this came out.
They would have loved it then.
My mom would have been like.
Have you talked to
my
them
mom and
about
dad
this
would have
movie
been
at all?
Early
No?
teens, probably.
That's interesting. There are
Maybe.
scenes where nothing absolutely happens.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh.
Like, okay, here. So the scene where the liquor store guy comes out and starts
That was
firing.
hilarious.
Like,
Josh
what
and
is
I-
just
Like,
happened here?
that escalated quickly.
He's like, here's the money. Okay.
Here, okay.
Here you go. Boom, 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 boom. He just shoots
And
him when
then
he's
that's
running
it.
out.
That's
it.
scene
you
over.
Don't get to know anything else. Did the guy get shot? And like
Oh, my God.
the kid's
Weird.
probably getting shitting himself because he's like, oh my
Yeah.
god, here, never mind, take the bottle. Is it worth it?
The other thing I thought was interesting is
Back
the whole,
then it was.
the whole movie are these kids just cruising up and down the
Yes.
street,
Yeah,
which I thought was funny because
That's kind of what we
that's
did.
what we did when I was a teenager.
Yeah,
in
we
my
did that.
tiny town.
We did that in my
We did
town.
that here.
Alex, remember
We
doing that in my
didn't
town?
talk across cars though.
We did.
We did.
We had rows of
Actually,
4 or 5
I was like,
sometimes.
Josh's. I
People
was,
would drive around.
and
the
you
people
just knew
parked
each
in the
other by
middle.
their car, just like
They'd
in
have
the
all
movie.
their windows rolled down, get
and
into
you
a
would
line
and then you talk.
by windows.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk to the person behind, they move the car forward, roll their window down.
Yeah.
This is a legit
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
People had airsoft guns. I shoot in the other car.
Yeah. That was. Well, I mean, all right. You got to think 700
High school.
population town. Too,
Yeah,
so.
you're bored. You're
There's
shooting
nothing else to
BBs
do.
at each
You want
other.
to go do a drive-by with Nerf guns?
We weren't.
I heard
hurting
he's
anybody.
over in 5th and blah blah blah. Let's go get him.
So yeah, the story is just a bunch of high schoolers driving around town trying to
about
figure out life.
4 different storylines going
Yeah.
at once.
Yeah.
And they kind of all. I didn't expect the car to crash.
Yeah, I was not
Yeah.
expecting that.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that was gonna happen. Like that was an interesting way to go and have the regular win, and like just a regular out of towner not win. It's kind of crazy to me
Yeah.
that Harrison Ford was written as okay. Ron Howard is also an asshole too. So they were
Yeah.
Harrison
Oh,
Ford
man,
and Ron
he-
Howard.
Started out at the
really-
beginning as an
It's like
asshole.
maybe we should see other people just because it's the way to
Let's
go.
not
We're gonna be
break up,
3,000
but
miles
See
away.
different people, and we'll be together when I come home and
It's
visit.
like
Oh my god!
She's
I
not-
really loved how she gave him a taste of his own medicine, though.
Mhm.
Like that was like,
but
oh,
then
good
they
girl.
came back together and then they didn't,
Well,
and
because
then they
there
came
was
back
a near
together.
death experience, and they were just like trying to figure out their love and whether or not they really were meant for each other. And
So did they wind up together at the end?
it didn't really. I mean, yes, but it didn't really say did they stay together because he went off.
They
to
only
college.
wrote for 4 people at the
Yeah.
end.
But only what's his name? Kurt went off to college.
That was Richard Dreyfuss's
Yes.
character. Yes, yeah.
Ron actually stayed behind.
Yeah.
At least according to the end scene.
Okay,
Yeah,
so in other
yeah.
words, they probably would have stayed together then.
Yeah.
Well, at least you would think.
So there's a little bit of a fact about this. When John and Carol are driving and sitting at the red light, and the car full of girls pulls up and they throw the water balloon.
Yeah.
The water balloon scene that was supposed to hit John.
And
It's supposed to hit the window and then hit John. It was like the water was supposed to splash onto him. It was supposed to drench his face, but the Carol, it hit her in the face instead. She was supposed to act really angry. However, she was hit square in the face and able to refrain from laughing. And George Lucas kept it, as he did with many of the other
Yeah.
garbled scenes of the movie. Like it was just ad-libbed. They ad-libbed through the rest of the scene. So that's kind of a
You could
interesting-
tell.
Yeah.
yeah, you could tell.
Universal Studios did not want to release this movie. They forgot about it for 6 months after it was done.
Oh.
And it was a huge success.
Yeah.
Now, the budget was $775,000. It made $140 million in box office in
Ooh.
72. That's huge. Ironically enough, George Lucas missed his high school reunion.
Really?
this
For this
film.
movie?
to film it. Yes.
My dad
missed
said he
his
was 7
reunion.
years old when it came out.
Yeah. The film was shot in sequence, so by the end of the film, you can see the fatigue in the characters, just like the end of the night would be.
Mm.
So
Oh,
they kind of did
okay.
it right, you know.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. They used. This is a really funny. Okay, so Richard Dreyfuss. They used his shirt as a test for lighting because of the color
I
in
was
his
going to say
plaid.
it was very like.
Yes. So he got called in early every set for lighting.
Just stand here for a second.
Stand here because of his shirt. Because his character's shirt has no one else in the movie has this colorful shirt. So yeah.
He's such a baby face.
Yeah.
You know who I thought he looked like?
Who?
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. I can see that.
A little bit.
Do you remember Jaws?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember him from Jaws.
Yeah, he had a big beard and round glasses.
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Still just as himself. He's an interesting character. Harrison Ford and a few other castmates were consistently and constantly drunk on set and on screen. They competed to climb the local Holiday Inn sign frequently.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know why I can see Harrison Ford.
Let
doing
Harrison
that.
Ford go loose, and there you get it.
despite that, he still got
Yeah.
Han Solo.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. George Lucas put extra scenes into this after the movie was released, just like he did with every other movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, with the success of Star Wars, he was allowed to put 3 extra scenes. I don't know which scenes were in, which ones were added. But
I would know when if we watched it, I'd be able to tell you what the original and what was added.
Did your mom buy this when it was originally released, though?
I'm pretty sure we've had Star Wars since they were able to purchase it. Yeah.
I'm not talking about Star Wars. I'm talking about American Graffiti.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Star Wars.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say I'd be able to tell you that. I was really surprised that you were saying you wouldn't be able to tell. Like you don't know that, really?
No, American Graffiti got scenes
no,
added
I don't
in.
know. I'm sure my mom would be able to tell though.
I did laugh out loud when the one guy mooned.
Yeah.
It wasn't
That's
a guy;
funny.
it was a girl.
Oh,
That was a girl? I looked up and they were
No,
ass cheeks, so.
It was a girl.
Are you sure?
Yes, it was
Those,
a girl.
They were. It was a
She
very
was the one that
clean
rolled out
butt.
the window. She's like, "Hey!" and then she rolled out the window and put her butt on the window.
You don't normally see women moon. I wonder if Crystal ever did it.
I think it was probably.
You know Patrick is notorious for mooning, right?
No.
You didn't know this?
I've heard.
Like when he came out here, the first time when he came back, his wife and his family was like, "Did you moon anybody?" He's like, "No, actually." He's like, I was like, "You moon people?" He's like, "Yeah, I moon people." That's pretty notorious for it.
He's a
He's
mooner.
never mentioned that before.
Yeah, he talks to us about it. I guess he talks to me about it. I don't know. He talked to you about it, Alex?
I know.
You know of
I
it?
know of it.
Now you know
I'm
he's
aware
gonna
of it.
Moon us the next time he's here.
Probably will.
He probably will. You're like, Bright, give you a hug. Never mind.
No. It has to be in a
As
car.
long as you face
Oh.
forward.
It has to be in
Oh,
a
it
car.
has to be in a car.
It's a car
okay,
thing,
let's
I
do.
guess.
We have to go drive by Brett's house then and honk really loud.
So this movie, you know, if you, how do I put this into an opinion? You know, it's a good movie.
I think if you grew up in the '60s, that you would probably really.
We didn't grow up in the '60s, and we still enjoyed some of this.
I
you
know, but I'm saying like you could relate to
even
it.
grow
Like
up
we
on
relate
this.
to American Pie.
Yeah.
Like that's how that's why I'm glad Brett said that. Like
you know, you get past our generation, it'd be a very difficult watch for
Right.
people.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Like I was more interested to see this is what it was like before cell phones, before the way that we live now. Like
Mhm.
you know, it was a better time. No,
Oh.
it's like my work
I wouldn't
Discord
say it was
base.
better. It was a different time.
Oh,
Yeah.
it was a different time. Like you know, there's different.
Okay, so the freaking cashier had a gun for alcohol.
It was a liquor store, though.
okay,
A bottle, though, just a bottle. You wouldn't shoot somebody for a
No,
bottle.
Probably not for just a bottle. But
No way.
I probably wouldn't shoot
It
somebody
just-
unless they were pointing a gun at you.
I mean,
you know
first
what?
if there
The
was-
things
yeah.
that you showed, like you know, right now it's about the phone, and back then it was about your car.
You know, they try to make these movies these days for about the next generation's big comedy. I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah, right.
Like, you know, our last high school comedy, I mean, you know, American Reunion kind of brought it back for a lot of people, but I don't know what.
Yeah, but it's.
But are we
I
we're
mean, are
kind
you
of
talking
biased
about
in that.
kids in high school?
Yeah.
Because they weren't. In the reunion, it was.
No.
after
But
the-
I'm just
Yeah.
using that as a, you know, a thing. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, the kids in school. What is the big go see this. It's hilarious.
Yeah, right. It's kind of everything out there is just it's so much filler.
Well, it's everything.
Nothing's
now is,
original either.
Well,
But they
that
also have so much more competition.
They do.
yes, there's a lot more competition, and there's a lot of whenever like when I was streaming with my 10-year-old nephew on last week or
It was
whatever.
last week.
I was how do you know that? He's like, oh, it was on YouTube.
Mhm.
And then when I talk about to somebody another person's kid, well, how do you know that? Oh, it was on YouTube. That's just what they. That's
what
how
they
they live their
consume.
life. Is ours was I saw it on Nickelodeon,
That's the thing.
and theirs is I saw it on YouTube.
It's what's hot on demand, basically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to wait for it to be on a show. It's literally at your fingertips.
Right. I'll give this movie a 7.
Okay, I'll agree with that.
Not awful. Okay, so it's my choice.
It
I-
kind
I
of reminded me and
think
brought me back to the
the-
feelings of being where am I going to go out of high school kind of thing.
The most
Yeah.
interesting thing about this movie to me is not really the movie itself. It's kind of the start of George
Careers.
Lucas's path.
It's his second film.
Yeah.
This is his second
And
theatrical film.
it's kind of
Then Star Wars.
springboarded him into Star Wars.
He did 2 movies and then Star Wars.
Now, if you didn't see in the credits, Marcia Lucas edited it, and
I don't know who
that's
that
his
is.
wife.
Oh, okay.
And she ended up being very instrumental in Star Wars and
Mhm.
the editing of Star Wars,
Oh.
to where at one point, I believe it was Brian De Palma. So Lucas had a secret screening for some of his director friends of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Brian De Palma says, "You got to get rid of the Force.
no
This Force is a joke. Take it out." So-
way.
And,
no way.
and George fought back, and then he started thinking about it, and he tells Marcia, "All right, start taking everything with the Force out." So she does because he wanted her to, and then she's like, "No, this has got to go in." So she puts it back in without him knowing, and she's just like, "This has to be in here," and he's like, "Oh, okay." So had she not just gone ahead and done that, who knows what Star Wars could have turned into.
Just a Western.
A
basically.
Western
A
in
Western with
space.
Yeah.
sabers. That's
Yeah.
all it is.
Well, he kind of sold it as a space opera, or not an opera, space soap opera. There we
You
go.
Soap
wouldn't,
opera,
yeah,
yeah.
you wouldn't gain the interest,
Yeah.
It wouldn't stick. So I got 2 movies to choose from.
Okay.
Go for it.
Brett, have you watched American Psycho?
Is that what the?
With
Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
No.
Ooh.
What about Children of Men?
Oh God, I was gonna really
That's
hit
the
you if you
cli-
said Children of the
I-
Corn. I'm
I
like,
don't-
no, I'm not
tell-
watching it.
Tell me the synopsis of that.
Okay, so Children of Men. I have both ready for Rotten Tomatoes and everything. So if this is a toss up for
American
everybody
Psycho fucked me up though, babe.
I know.
It's hard to watch.
here.
It's very, very, very
Okay,
good. but
Children of Men.
Scary.
this came out in 2008. Wait, theaters 2006. Sorry.
Okay.
When infertility threatens mankind and extinction and the last child born has perished, a disillusioned bureaucrat, Clive Owen, becomes an unlikely champion in the fight for the survival of Earth's population. He must face down his own demons and protect the planet's last remaining hope from danger.
I remember a preview for this.
There are a lot of people in
Is
this movie.
Jennifer Aniston in this?
Julianne Moore is. Michael Caine, Charlie Hunnam,
I
Really?
remember.
Danny
I
Houston.
remember the trailer for this. It looked
Danny
good.
Houston, yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes,
I-
critics 92, audience 85.
I'd choose that.
You
Yeah.
want to do Children of Men? I've been wanting to see Children of Men for a while.
Okay. I think I think
We've
we
seen
should watch that.
Alex and I have seen American Psycho. It's a great movie.
It's messed up, man. Very,
What?
very
I
messed
don't
up.
say messed up.
Oh, what?
It
are you
is.
psycho?
No, it is. It's messed up.
It's messed up.
It's messed up. So yeah, that's gonna be the movie.
Alex, I was gonna write that 70 show trivia, and I just didn't.
Oh,
That's fine. You know who we should quiz though? We should have my brother on here and quiz him about that 70s show.
He'll
He-
know everything.
all right, so you know how you are with the Andy Griffith show? That would be my brother for
bet
that
I-
70s show.
I bet I know it better than him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It'd be
I don't know.
interesting
I don't
matchup.
know.
Interesting
With
matchup.
the well,
We could play a
I
game.
probably don't know season 8 maybe as well as him, but I know 1 through 7.
Did
quite
you?
well.
So, are you excited for '90s show at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, did
am I
you
ex-
see that?
Yeah. Did you know what you just asked?
Well, you just said,
Am
yeah.
I excited for it? No. Or do I want to watch it? Yes.
Yes. Are
you
yes,
looking
see,
forward
that's
to it?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
But I'll watch it.
Okay. Brett, this is not going to interest you at all, but we got to
Okay.
talk about some San Diego Comic-Con before we get into the fan question.
Oh, yes, we do. It's kind of a big
This
deal.
is a lot of Marvel,
Yes.
a lot of Disney, some AMC. I'm going to get some stuff off the table first. Walking Dead is having a spin-off miniseries of Rick Grimes and Michonne.
Who freaking cares?
We've moved on after season 5, I
Yeah.
think. I don't even remember.
I don't even
when
know
we
what
fell
season
off.
it was.
I think it was
So-
like 7.
I
Really?
wanted to say. I think it was
I think
7.
it was 7.
I don't
Yeah.
even think I didn't think we went that far, but
Yeah, we
okay.
did. We did.
Alex and I just watched a trailer for AMC's Interview with a Vampire.
I'm gonna give it a try.
It's an interesting take. It's a mini. I don't know if it's a mini series or if it's a series.
I don't know.
But AMC they're starting something new here. We'll see how it goes.
Because of who's presenting it.
Yeah,
I'll give it a try.
I've been wanting to check out Preacher, but I just never got to that. But it stopped after a couple of seasons, so I guess it wasn't that big. National Treasure, Edge of History. If everyone else,
did you write it down?
what? If Nicolas Cage is not involved in this project, no one's going to care about this.
As soon as
They-
we watched the trailer, that's what he
Anybody,
said.
you know, anybody younger than us might not even know what it is.
Exactly. But Josh was like,
True.
Josh
so true.
was so dead on serious. Like, it was kind of a had to be there moment,
There's
but
no
it was
way
like
he's in
a
it.
teaser trailer for
I
National
don't know.
Treasure, whatever.
He did a Nicolas. He
If
did, he did
was
his own
in
thing.
it, they would have said, "Hey, he's in it."
They haven't announced who the Black Panther is yet.
Yeah,
The
I
new
tried to
Black
look it up on
Panther.
IMDb today. They don't
They
even
don't know
have
who's
like
putting that
Maybe
suit
they
on.
haven't cast him yet, or they're keeping it.
The movie
Very-
comes
the
out
movie
in November.
comes out. Yeah, they've casted it. It's already shot, man. They just
The
haven't
trailer came
released who
out.
it
Maybe
is.
it's gonna be somebody big.
Well, we watched the trailer for Wakanda Forever today.
It looks good.
It really looks very good.
Yeah.
And the you only see Black Panther's claws and like the right hand and right leg for a split second, and that's all you see.
because you don't know who it's going to be.
'Cause you don't know
and
who it's
they
gonna
actually
be.
are keeping this pretty under wraps.
But they have to, they have to kill Black
unless they've already
Panther
announced it
off.
and I'm ignorant to the news, I want to keep it to my, I want to make sure
Yeah,
that I'm
I
not
don't know.
like.
I
sticking
know.
out
I
my
tried to look
ass.
it up on IMDb and it doesn't
But
say who's
as
casted.
we were talking about National Treasure here,
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage did that one series on Netflix. I mean, there's not anything wrong with him doing like a little cameo here and there in this show
what
if he
series was
is a
that?
part of it. What?
The cuss word.
The cuss word one?
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, it was
We
actually-
watched it all.
It's very good.
I forgot.
The
Did we ever
history,
mention the whole
history
thing?
of cuss words
History of swear words
or swear words
something
or
like
How
yeah.
many
that,
episodes was it?
6 or something.
Yeah, I mean it was like
We
one
go
for
through every
it was like
single
one
one.
through
Well,
all of like the big the big words.
I want on
How
season
did they
2.
come about?
Yeah. So it's kind of like drunk history.
Yeah, it is. It's actually really good. And I like how he's like, today we're going to talk about fuck. He's like really like
Bitch was one.
yeah, but yes, I know. It's like but he's very elegant talking about it.
But then he really goes into.
Then he like really gets into it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I liked
So,
it. It's pretty good.
Moving on to the rest of the announcements from San Diego Comic-Con, Marvel did a whole sweep of the next 4 years, or maybe 5 even. I don't know.
Are you talking just from 23 to 24?
No, they even talked about Phase 6.
Oh, I didn't know about Phase 6. I just know about 5.
Yeah, they talked about Phase 6.
Oh, I just knew about 5.
So
I just saw the
5
poster for 5.
I mean, 5 has a. It's just.
I'm only interested in like 3 things from 5.
Yeah. Let me make sure I'm not. I gotta check out this year. Actually, it's the next 3. I'm wrong. This is 2025 when this ends, so this is a lot of projects coming up.
Oh.
We talked about superhero movie fatigue. Whew.
I don't want to have to watch the ones I don't want to watch the ones I want to watch. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it. So true. So true.
You get what I'm saying? Here,
I'm picking-
Marvel, DC, or not DC,
Not DC.
Marvel, Disney is what I meant to say.
Yeah. So what we got? We got Wakanda Forever,
Yes, that's a
and
go.
but that's the end of Phase 4.
Okay, well that one's
So
a go for me.
this ends in November. Starting off this February is Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. I'm excited
Eh,
for it. I mean, it's
okay.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I know.
It's Ant-Man.
I wasn't like
Paul Rudd.
I know.
He's gonna have Kang, so we have to see it.
All right. That's too.
Guardians.
I have to rewatch Ant-Man and the Wasp then, because I barely remember.
Yeah, I
it.
barely remember it.
Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume
That's a
3.
definite.
The Marvels, man. Blade.
I'm gonna have
recast
to watch Blade.
They have an untitled Marvel project that they haven't announced. Captain America
No,
4,
don't
New
care.
World Order, the Thunderbolts, which is essentially
The Suicide
Squad in
of
Marvel. I don't know anything about it. So we
I
didn't know
don't-
anything about Suicide Squad. So, I mean, it
I
could be a
know.
good
We'll see.
surprise.
We'll see.
Fantastic Four got announced for November 8th, 2024.
Okay.
That's Phase 6.
Okay.
So, yeah, Captain America New World Order ends Phase 5. So, Phase 6 begins with Fantastic Four. Then they have a couple other projects that are untitled. A lot of stuff untitled in the works for 2026. But
Okay.
in 2025, we got 2 Avengers movies. One in May, Avengers, The Kang Dynasty. And then one in November, Avengers, Secret Wars.
I've always been a fan of the Avengers movie, so of course I'm going to
Yeah.
watch this.
So that's pretty much all that got announced. Loki Season
I'm
2.
going to say, I was like, you missed something.
Agatha.
I'm interested in Agatha, but I'm more interested in Loki.
And then there's a couple other series that we just don't.
And
Yeah.
there's other ones I don't really care
So
about.
those are the projects that are big. So
I'm interested to see what they do with Blade.
yeah. They showed a trailer for Guardians Volume 3. Have you watched any of the Guardians, Brett? I don't think you have. No. I mean, you're a Chris Pratt fan. I think you would like it. It's pretty hilarious.
Guardians was a big surprise for us. We were really bashing.
Let your nerd go.
We were really, really bashing the fact that Batista was going to be in it because
He's
at the
great.
time he was Blue Tista on WWE,
I think you would laugh.
and we were like really like hardcore against it. And they're like, let's just go and see it. And then we went and saw it, and we're like, okay, this was a really good
Groot
movie.
stole the
And
show.
no, besides Groot, Batista's character
I mean,
was
they're all
actually
great.
like my favorite.
I'm not annoyed with
and I was
any
the
of
one
them.
bashing it before I even saw it.
I like them all. Yeah.
It would not be Guardians of the Galaxy without Drax.
I hated, actually, I disliked the Yondu. So,
Yeah, he's okay.
anyways, moving on. It's at San Diego Comic-Con. A lot of announcements. There's a lot more that have been announced, a lot of other projects and stuff, but those are just some things we want to talk about with that. I want to get into the fan question because this is going to be a topic
You
that
missed the only thing I care about.
I didn't miss it. I wanted you to talk about it.
What?
Go ahead.
The thing from San Diego Comic Con?
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Wick.
Yeah.
Woohoo!
I had,
My heart was pounding.
I didn't have, but Ashley agreed to watch the first one because she hadn't seen any of
Oh.
them, and
She
she liked it, except that she was very upset in the first 10 minutes.
You can. I
because-
hate that part. I can't
Yeah.
watch it. I have to turn my head. I have to plug my ears, turn my head. Can't watch it.
Hey, so by the way, that whole thing about John McFour, it looks interesting. I don't know. There's no story to it. It's just a whole bunch of scenes.
They're not gonna release like what it's gonna be about.
When's it out?
March.
March. Okay.
I can't wait. So he also came out. There was a post that said that he came out and said he will make as many John Wicks as the fans want. As long as the fans want him to keep making John Wick, he'll continue making John Wick
He'll be
movies.
70 years old.
I know, but there was also a meme
Are
of
you
John
excited
Wick,
for this?
super old John Wick 85, and then us on the edge of our seat going, "Oh my God, John Wick 85 is coming out!"
Mhm.
I don't. I love it.
Am I
I am
excited
so
about it?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
so
but I
excited.
want to see it.
I'm very
Or
excited.
I will see it.
Is there a reason why you can't just be excited for something?
Why get excited about something that's 6 months away?
Do you think it's gonna let you down?
No.
It'll be fine.
No. Mm-mm. Just seeing in the trailer, just the
By the way,
The
did you know he plays Batman in that Super Pets movie with
Uh,
Dwayne Johnson?
You know,
and
now that you're
Kevin
telling me
Hart?
this, I do remember him seeing that in the credits. He's also in Toy Story 4. What's up, Alex? You have a comment on YouTube?
talk.
What?
Oh, you weren't talking your mic.
Oh, we have a comment on YouTube.
Yes, Ashley said she's very upset about the dog. I told Brett that if the new dog gets hurt in any of the others, I won't watch them anymore.
Uh,
He
I don't.
doesn't.
No, I don't. They don't. Well, I mean,
There's
with
only-
the
what do you mean they?
Malinois.
There's only the pit, the
no,
bulldog.
no. The Malinois. And now it's in 3 with
Huh?
the
Oh,
German Shepherd looking
German
things.
Shepherds.
Yeah.
She's giving out breeds, and Brett's not going to know the breed.
Well, that's what they are. They're not German Shepherds. They're Malinois.
That Halle Berry's dogs?
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing happened to them.
One got hurt.
One got
I don't
hurt.
remember.
You hear him go,
that.
"Ew!"
Yeah, one got hurt.
Gets
I
like
don't remember
punched
that.
or something.
Yeah,
but-
it's something. I just remember one got hurt.
Oh, didn't they get shot in the vest?
it was shot. It did get shot.
And then it got shot, but
And they're like, oh, it's bulletproof or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't
That's
know
right.
it was. I don't
That's
know.
right.
Maybe the audience
wearing a
didn't.
harness that
Mhm.
Kevlar.
that's
yeah,
right.
True.
Yeah. Those dogs were like the star of the freaking show. That was, man, that was just
Awesome.
amazing.
Oh, okay. So yeah,
Fan
no.
question.
What?
Fan question.
Well, the reason why I didn't bring up John Wick is because 3 let me down. So
3 let you down.
Let you down.
did I say us?
We're just repeating what you said.
Did I say us?
No.
Like let Josh down.
I know what I said, and I said it. Okay, let's go to the conversation about the fan question. So, what's something you see or do in your everyday life that's ruined because of your profession? Now, this is a long question, but does it make sense to you, Brett?
Yes.
Not really. I don't really.
You're
know
in
what you
retail.
mean.
You're in
I
retail.
was.
Okay,
Not
let's
really
just say that you
anymore.
were. Seeing a counter dirty. That's ruined. You wouldn't have cared if you weren't
Or
working
if
retail.
you're
Oh, okay.
or when you're going through a line at Walmart and someone's not putting in the right buttons correctly, or
Let's just say we use those for an excuse. You also worked at a bank at one point. If
Mhm.
someone's not doing something right at the teller line or something, you know,
Yeah.
if someone.
I see what you're saying.
So if you're literally going about your everyday life and you see something, maybe it could even be like your hobby if it's not your profession, for example, like you see somebody using their car improperly because you're a car enthusiast, you know, those kinds of things. Improper tires on a car and you wouldn't know it, you know, or some people has like those little mix of things. If you go to Steak and Shake right now, I'm going to use this as a freaking example for me. This is ruined. Advertising is ruined for me because I know how to crop images. I know how to cut images. I know how images should look on a poster. Go to Steak and Shake. They have this poster up. Someone got paid thousands of dollars for this. They cut out these fries and they look awful. They look terrible. They might have even been posted upside down. I don't even know. They look bad. So I'm saying, for the love of God, hire the right graphic
Well, they
designer for
probably
your
went
projects.
they probably took bids and took the cheapest.
Yes,
offer.
it was bad. Even Alex, as soon as I pointed out, she's like, that doesn't look bad. Then I pointed out the shadow.
and I was like, oh wow,
so
that's
advertising
really bad.
is ruined for me. I will look at a video and know how it's done.
Or a movie.
Oh, okay. I got one.
I won't know how to do it, but I know how it's done.
I got one right now.
Oh okay.
So, as I've watched action pictures and really it's more TV shows, when I see someone holding a gun
There you go.
See?
poorly,
There you go.
there's one scene in The Punisher where they're walking towards his apartment and the guy has his index finger along the slide and his middle finger along the trigger guard, which suggests that if he was going to pull the trigger, he's going to use his middle finger and, not
burn his index finger on the slide.
It could, or it could cause
Or-
it to jam, you
Or
know,
cause
who
the
knows?
Pinch it.
jam or pinch
Yes.
or
I'm like, what?
Could you imagine
I'm like,
pinching that?
Where is the consultant who is teaching this guy how to hold a gun? But so
they
that's
probably didn't have one on set.
I often see, like, because I've watched CSI, but a lot of them, they hold their gun in the palm of their hand like this,
Mhm.
Yeah.
which is, I don't think it's necessarily incorrect, but it's not
Not
the best
necessary?
way
It's not accurate.
because you can't control the recoil.
Yes.
So you're supposed
looks
to hold it
cool.
like this.
Because it looks cool that you have this arm sitting like this.
You would just think. I think even Kiefer Sutherland in 24 does it like this. He
Yeah.
extends his dominant hand, and he's got his support hand all crooked.
yeah.
That feels
does like
oddly
this. It
satisfying,
looks-
but I know it's wrong.
It looks awful.
So what is the proper?
This what what I was taught. I was taught by a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You extend both arms and you lean into it. Now, if you're clearing a house or something, you may not be able to lean into it, but you can at least keep it both arms extended.
You know what?
Keep your support hand around your dominant hand and your thumbs kind of around the side so that the slide is not cracking
See, Alex,
against your
we
thumb.
did that wrong. We weren't told to lean forward. We always fell backwards a little bit.
I
It was a
always
little bit
got
of a-
kicked back.
We never
Yeah.
leaned.
Well,
we never leaned forward.
if you're doing a bunch of firing at once, your natural response is to lean back because it's the
'Cause you're-
recoil
yeah.
is pushing you back. But that's why
Ah.
you want to. It may not be why you want to, but if you lean forward, it doesn't give you the opportunity to.
So
lean
in
back.
movies, when people are doing this stuff improperly, you're just like this freaking asshole.
Yeah, I'm like, either they didn't have a consultant or they just
Yeah.
guessed.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I would have thought if you want it to look realistic, get an advisor in there that knows
I
something
agree.
about it.
Yes. Yep. That's so true. Pixel, don't you dare do it.
Now, I say all that. That's all based on my one training class that I had. I'm no expert by any stretch of the imagination.
Mhm.
Well, you've been through classes.
I've
you've
been through and
you've
there
trained.
may be other methods that I am not privy to, but I'm pretty sure everything that I said is accurate.
Yeah.
As far as the way I was taught.
Alex, I'm sure you're going to mention the one thing that goes through your mind every single scene when we're watching anything with medical.
Really,
Yeah.
anything in an operating room or anything to do with being hooked up to an IV or when they're ultrasounding. Even anything on TV when they're ultrasounding. It's not accurate.
Marley
at all.
and Me is so fake to you.
Oh my God, Marley and Me is it's I can appreciate it, but
For the story.
it's very not real. They tried to take real information and put it in there, but they didn't perform everything
Okay.
properly. No.
You're trying to keep it in.
Yes.
I was ready for you to like go off on something.
No, it's just a lot of things are. I love and hate that movie. Like it's a great movie, great relationship about like a person and their dog and the life that you live with your dog and but how you have to at the end of the movie. I mean, it's been out long enough, but they put the dog to sleep because its stomach flipped and got bloated and they couldn't save it basically. Or no, I think it did that. It was like the second time. I think Marley's stomach flipped once. They did a surgery but then it flipped again and then he was like dying or something. But they have to like put him to sleep. And the one thing that really they would have completely got me bawling 100%. Like I was still crying, but they made the dog's eyes shut.
Yeah.
Like, and it was very like.
Oh, that's another one. Closing eyes.
Oh, that's the other thing. When people die
Close their eyes.
you don't
can't
close
do
your
it.
I
eyes.
think
can't.
it's more effective if the eyes stay open. It's like more dramatic.
It is.
But because that's how people really go.
That is how
Exactly.
you will die.
Exactly.
If you die in your sleep, then
Your
your eyes
eyes
will
will
stay.
open.
No, then your eyes will probably stay shut.
What?
Like it's a voluntary.
really?
Probably because you're relaxed. Like they probably won't be tight, but they'll be like
Is
shut.
it true that you can't close people's eyelids after they die?
You can't.
They're not gonna stay
Stay?
down. That's the
Okay.
other thing. Okay, so that's the other thing too. Is like doing the whole like people just like wiping
they-
their face a little bit, to, like closing their eyes, and I'm like, do you know when that happens? You have to actually glue people's eyes shut for them
Yeah.
to stay shut for real.
Yeah.
Like actually take surgical glue and do that. Like that's what you got to do. Like that's not real.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
thing. It's a voluntary muscle. You choose to blink and keep your eyes open. So when you die, what's keeping your eyes open? Not you. Or what's keeping your eyes closed? Not you. So they stay open.
I get
That's
it.
how it works. So there's just lots of things about death, and death is not pretty. For one, anything that any movie or TV show that glorifies, not necessarily glorifies, but makes it
Use it for dramatic purposes.
like makes it peaceful. I mean, there definitely is like peaceful deaths, but most of the time it's nothing you want to hang
Pleasant.
around for more than 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so there's that. But anything with like an ultrasound, most of the time they're like, "Oh, we're ultrasounding your baby," but it's like they're ultrasounding a boob or something, or like, or the image that's on the actual like ultrasound machine that's in the wherever they're looking is not what they're scanning, or they're like, "Oh, pump this IV or whatever," but you can see really closely that they have the IV hooked up and the lock is down, meaning nothing is flowing at all, and they're saying that, like they're squeezing the bag. That's the other thing. When people like, all right, you know how you're in movies, they're hooked up to an IV and someone like hits their bag or something accidentally, they act like it hurts. They're like, oh my god, ow, that doesn't do anything. It's like you can't feel it at all.
So in
You
007,
can't feel it.
yeah, when he squeezes the IV bag and Die Another Day, do you remember this movie at all? The guy who has the
Vaguely.
diamonds in his face.
Yeah.
When he squeezes the bag, I thought that actually hurt. You know, when you're,
It's
Yeah.
it's not
it doesn't
gonna
do anything.
hurt.
It doesn't do anything. There's
doesn't.
nothing.
You might feel a rush of cold fluid up your arm.
Oh God, it's colder.
It doesn't do shit.
I
That
wouldn't
gets
even-
me all
yeah.
the time. It doesn't do anything. Unless they like yank on your IV and try to pull it
Don't
out
tell
or
me these things.
something.
That hurts, no.
Like But that's the other thing too. Oh, that's another big thing. When people just go, "Oh, I need to leave," like they wake up from a coma and they just rip their IV out. There's no repercussions to it. If you rip your IV out, you are going to have a big ass bloody mess.
No, don't tell me. That really messes
Like
me.
there's certain things like I can pick apart every single little thing, and that's just how it is in the medical field. But that's the other thing too is I can't watch gory movies because if they make it too realistic, I could be like, yeah, that's probably what it would be like, and I'm looking at it. Wow, okay, and I can't comprehend like that.
Realism versus Hollywood realism.
Like watching Saw and stuff now, I want to throw up watching it.
It's not real.
But it's not. It's all the knowledge that I have of if somebody were to do something like this and they did it like this, this is how it would turn out.
Like you're talking about the brain surgery.
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
There is one thing though that I got from Saw that if it ever happens, I always want to make sure I have it, and that's the pen trick.
Yeah, you put it in your trachea.
Because that is something in the medical field that's real. If you are choking on something or can't breathe up here, that is actually what you do.
Didn't they do that in Anaconda?
They do that.
They do that in Anaconda.
Yes.
So that is something because there is like these little ringlets or whatever, and we actually can do that.
Cut a hole in your esophagus to bypass your mouth.
It's not your esophagus, it's your trachea.
It's making me gag because I'm trying to think.
No, these little rings right here, that's your trachea. You just have to basically and then you have an airway.
God, I could
that's actually real.
I don't know if I could do it. I don't know.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it on myself. I don't know if I'd be able to.
But you're like it's right there, and you're just like
do it on someone else.
Called
or they're going to die.
Tracheotomy.
Tracheotomy. Yeah.
Tracheotomy.
Oh, is that the removal of it?
Tracheectomy would be like removing your tracheotomy.
It's got to be a
cutting into.
There's got to be a tracheotomy.
If it was do it on this person or they'll die, I think you got to find a way to do it.
Exactly.
If you have no idea what you're doing, they might die anyway.
Did anybody say anything yet on YouTube as far as the the fan question? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. So we got a lot of answers on Discord. We have a freaking page for Quentin. Brig did originally write a page, but then he narrowed it down to 3 sentences. One sentence, 2 sentences. Sorry. His answer for this one is what's something that you see or do in your everyday life that's ruined because of your profession. His is time management. Every waking minute must be productive. Slowing down and doing nothing, even for 5 minutes, is unacceptable, unproductive laziness. He can't relax.
I know.
He can't relax. Brig is he doesn't
have
relax.
a heart attack before he's 40.
He doesn't care either. We've told him he won't slow down on the energy drinks either. I'm like, dude, you got to stop.
It's gonna hit you hard one day.
Hit me hard one day.
Yeah, it did.
Life's too short.
It is.
And it might be for
I mean, you can say YOLO,
sorry.
and you can do your own thing
Sorry,
and have fun. But there's a point where you're like, hey, maybe I should drink a water.
You gotta enjoy life. You only have one.
Arrow says, definitely creativity. I tend to daydream when I really should be paying attention, though it hasn't bit me in the ass yet because I'm still successful in everything I do. Put yourself on a pedestal there, sir.
Hey, he's
Good job.
He's on a high roll right now.
He's been applying to places.
He
and
just
getting
got
the
2
jobs.
good jobs, so like don't put him down.
I'm still stuck on this Brig thing. Wait, so he says that every minute has to be productive?
Yes.
Does that include when he's streaming?
Yes.
Yes.
He blocks out time for that and makes it.
But that itself may not be seen as productive.
Unless you're using that time to make content.
Okay.
What?
If you're getting compensated for that content.
Putting it out there to get fans is compensation.
What?
It's a reward for what you do.
I suppose you could. So.
Alex just had someone come in. They just subscribed and followed. And subscription is actual payment, you know.
Yeah.
So that's a whole compensation. You got him all riled up by looking at him. You're doing something. Don't do that.
Why are you doing that, Alex?
Because he looked at me and I'm looking at him and he's talking to me. She said, "Mommy," I said, "Pixel."
Okay, so we got one. Got one from Brian. Says, working in the food industry really opened my eyes into the grocery markets. Work, especially the discount chains like grocery outlets or any dollar store. They really don't care about expiration dates or quality at all. Expiration dates are not always true, but for some stuff, because of how it's made, it is. Always check what you buy and always read the labels to see what's been put in your stuff.
Well, that's probably true, but it's not necessarily an expiration date. It's a best by date.
He wants down. He wants to be with you.
Well, he wasn't making noises till you started with the looks.
He actually looked at Josh first and started whining.
No.
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 Okay, we got one from Quentin. Let's start with the first thing. IT list pricing is almost never the best price. Just because one vendor shows a sale doesn't mean there isn't a better deal elsewhere. Companies are buying items at pennies and making you spend hundreds.
Yep.
Find the model number and Google it. You never know. The actual manufacturer may have a better price available than the reseller. Also, time management. To be everywhere and productive, not miss a single ticket or request. I have had a bad habit of putting all of the world's problems on my back and attempt to solve them solo. Also, feel like it's an inconvenience to ask others for help or assistance. There's another one that he said from regulatory management. Just because something advertises that it is FDA tested approved doesn't mean shit.
That's for sure.
There are no requirements by the FDA to test or provide proof of an unregulated substance. And Quentin and I worked in
Yes,
the
I
vaping
understand that
industry.
100%.
About that.
We worked in the gray market, and when there are things being put on supplement products saying that this is like BPA,
Been proven by the blah, blah,
not
blah.
even that, like it's like in a certain been made in a certain environment, it 9 times out of 10 was not. 9 times out of 10
because there's no law.
I had to put
against
organic symbols on things that weren't organic.
Yes, you
Um,
really have to look into what
The
you buy.
FDA will not hand out that stamp of approval even to items tested by them. If you see that on a label, it's probably a marketing scam to get you to buy. I'm
Mhm.
incredibly skeptical of any FDA tested or approved items. This is not the case for medications or food additives. Those do get approved by the FDA. More like cosmetics, medicinal foods, dietary supplements, etc. The FDA does not have authority over these items. That is actually a really good statement.
Yeah, that's very good, Quentin. Thank you.
Box store. This is his last one. A large percentage of workforce is just trying to make ends meet. They do
Yes.
not care about quality or work of service.
No. They don't care. Period.
Okay.
They do not care.
Wash your perishables, sanitize clothing, or anything you will touch frequently. People are
Mhm.
gross.
Well,
Yes.
and it's not that he is doing this, but it's not necessarily the retail workers. It's the customers that shop it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they might grab something, put it on. Oh my God. There's this one time, Alex, I will never forget this story that you told me when you were changing and doing like a change of clothes. I will never try anything on. I will go from the
No, I don't
bottom
try
of the
stuff on
pile and
either.
grab what I want as a medium or a size of my own. Because of the time that you tried something on in Kohl's and there was a fucking streak of
Oh God, yes.
in some
Ugh.
pants.
Yep.
And I will never try
Oh my
anything
God.
on.
I forgot about
okay, so
that.
there's only one area where I allow you to try things on. That's in the mall. There's specific areas like Victoria's Secret. You kind of have to try some things on where you're,
Well, they have
They have
like
try-on
inlets
things.
and like they have things for you to wear, so that way you.
You were at a department store that
So
did not
it's
have that.
It's not you touching the fabric.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh my God, no.
So
God,
moving
that was
on
so
from the
gross.
rest of this, there is a minimal of to no training required to sell on the sales floor. Just because they
It's a
work in an
fact.
area does not make them a subject matter expert. Do your own research or get advice from an expert in that area, or else buyer's remorse is in your future.
Never heard
Wow.
any paragraph that was more true than that.
Yes.
Because
I
Brett and
would
I,
say though that I did trust you and Brett in electronics. So you
because
guys
we
actually,
did the research.
you guys actually
We
were
cared.
good employees
I
and did
would-
have the
I wouldn't
information.
necessarily say we did the research. I think it was more just personal
Like you guys,
experience
I think you
with the
guys just
products.
knew.
But we wanted to
It
know.
was part of our interest.
Like if my uncle was looking for a TV, I'd say go talk to Josh because like he knows the good pricing,
I
the
cared
deals,
about
he
it.
knows what you might want.
because
like,
I was in the market for it myself.
exactly. So you know that versus like some 16-year-old. It's like I'd like to buy a TV. What
Well, and
size are you
that's
looking
the thing
for?
though. Like the years I spent in electronics, I had people who came in and wanted to know about products, and I could tell them about it because I worked with the products. They were part of my outside interests.
Yeah.
But should they have listened to me? Probably not. I was no expert.
yeah.
They didn't train us on the products. They didn't care.
I will also tell you that one of a big gripe that I have is they barely train people that are in pet stores.
Oh my God. Yeah.
They're-
So
all the retail jobs are the
They
same.
are
They're
there
not
to
going to
sell
train
you
anything.
what they are supposed to
I remember going
sell.
into that one dog where we almost got a dachshund before Layla.
Yeah.
They didn't know what
They
they
didn't
didn't
know
have the information to give us.
anything.
They knew how to set us up for a credit card.
Yeah,
real fast.
that real fast.
That's what they
But
get.
no,
That's what
no,
they get pushed.
they
to
can't tell
do.
you bullshit about anything.
Yes.
So I'm not saying that for every single person that works there, but the majority of the time, especially right now, they are literally just trying to hire whoever is walking in the door.
Mhm.
And they want you to be able to be there, work, and stock shelves and sell things. Like that's what is needed. There's a lot of lost knowledge or lost.
I don't even think it's expected anymore.
No, it's not. You just like that is where you went. Besides the vet, like that's actually what it used to be like. Is go to the pet store. They know everything, and now it's
Maybe a locally owned, mom and pop pet store. Maybe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But not at a big
No.
retail chain.
No, like when I go to PetSmart a lot of the time, and I'm like buying this and that. Like sometimes the cashier or whatever will try to educate me. They're not educating me. They're not. I'll tell you that they're not educating me.
Yeah.
They're just, Bo, you should try this brand because this and this. I'm like, yeah, but did you know this and this and this about that brand? No, I bet you didn't.
What's worse is sometimes you'll bring up something about a product that's being sold on the shelves that shouldn't even be interacted with that animal.
Nope, shouldn't.
It even says on there, on the product, it shouldn't even
There
be
are-
used
there-
on domesticated animals.
So yes, there is actually. If you go to like the dollar store to buy your flea products, look
Not
on
a
the
good idea.
bottom. Like it'll actually say on the front of the box, and I'm not joking. Go to like the Dollar Tree, the dollar store, whatever you want, any dollar thing, and if they sell, go down the pet aisle, and if they sell flea product on the front, it'll have a picture of a cat. It'll say for cats. If you look on the very back in very small print, it'll say do not use on domesticated animals, may cause serious side effects, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you know what, those are the animals that have seizures and die from you putting that on the pet. But you know what, because you put it on your pet and you didn't read everything, they can't be sued. There you go. That's your like the FDA thing.
You
Like
can
there's
get
no
around
laws.
it by saying
Yes,
that this
there's
is
no
a
laws against
parody
putting it.
product of some type. Saying that's how Spencer's gets away with a lot of their marketing.
I know, right? Like for marijuana stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just like,
it's a
it's a
parody product.
yeah.
There's another phrase for it.
I don't know what it's called.
We went off on a tangent.
Yeah, we
We
did.
kind of did.
We
yeah.
did.
Wow. We need to stop.
Hey,
And
that's what we do on the podcast.
Get
It's
to
it's our show.
get to the comments.
Yeah, let's get to our
anyone
comments
else's.
here.
That's all we had for Discord. I appreciate all of the comments and the
We
paragraphs.
didn't go off a tangent. We still technically were talking about it.
It's okay. You had a few people on Instagram.
Yeah, I've got a few people on Instagram. So
Okay.
we've got DSTM, a sports podcast.
Shout out to you guys getting really excited about the NFL. I'm sure it's starting next week.
Yes.
Preseason.
They say, everything. I'm a clinician, so yeah, everything. So I'm like, yes, I agree. I told him the same thing. I was like, oh yeah, I totally understand what you're talking about. Okay, and then I've got a couple comments actually under the thing here, if it'll load. Okay, Ashley says, so before I started working in insurance, I enjoyed looking at homes on realtor sites because I like large houses, but
yeah.
now knowing how much insurance is and seeing them go through mortgage issues, it snaps some of the fun away from it.
I agree. I've actually thought about, big houses. I'm like, I can't imagine not only the
Homeowners
insurance
insurance.
on it, like the
Taxes.
extra bills and stuff, It's just crazy,
I mean, maybe HOA fees.
Oh man. Yeah.
Speaking of, I saw a TikTok the other day of someone who had an HOA, and apparently they put up this big sign that said, "Oh yeah, I'm that bitch" or something, and the HOA owner came over to talk to them. And,
Oh my god.
And so then, but no one answered. So they were snooping in the windows and stuff. Their Ring got a photo of it, so they took a photo of that, printed it on a sign, and said, "I'm an HOA owner, and I like to peek in people's windows," and they put that on their yard.
Oh, no.
Oh.
So don't declare war on your HOAs.
Oh.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You could get.
I never really understood.
Homeowners, they own the area.
It's like a community, a small
I
community.
get it, but
No one
that
should be
just
able to tell you how to build your
that
buildings,
just
though.
screams drama.
Sure.
Because Alex's grandmother has dealt with two things in the past 5 years.
And I was like, wait, why do daycare. It's your land.
She wanted to build a new pool hut for her,
And
her pump.
Because
Well,
she
you
wanted to put cement down on her property. She needs to get permission from
gotta get
everybody
permit.
else.
You gotta get permits.
And they all said no.
Building permits.
And
to
they
do it.
said no.
It's probably in the fine print of the homeowners association
Such
agreement.
BS.
Is if
Right.
you want to do any
You've been out to her
changes.
house.
Look at the land.
It's
Who cares? They're not even gonna see
that's
it.
what it is. That's what they do.
That is.
It pisses me off so bad. I'm like,
this house is not in one, right?
This house? I
no,
don't think so.
No, Mom does not have.
She's
an
done a
HOA.
lot
No.
of stuff
No.
without her.
Oh yeah,
She's like, I feel like
I'm gonna do
doing
this. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, hell no, my mom would not. No,
We've had a dresser sitting.
Yeah. It's the one that-
I can't imagine what our next door neighbor who gives a crap so much about our lawn is thinking.
the grass does need cut.
Oh yeah.
Oh
we're
yeah. Besides
there.
the grass does need
But-
cut, but it's
but-
been too moist outside.
I'm going to tell you as to why. We have rocks. You remember the rocks that were on our driveway
Mhm.
that were on our corner? There's a reason they were there. I'm not going to get into it. But Jake removed those rocks the other day, maybe a couple months ago. And our next door neighbor walked up and said, "Hey, I appreciate you removing those eyesores."
Those eyesores. We're like, who the fuck
So
cares? It's
this
not your
dresser that
house!
we've had has been sitting there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's not your house. Don't worry about it.
You should cut it up for fire pit.
We're
wood.
going to.
We're
It's
going
just
to.
been sitting there
That's
rotten.
actually that's what it's
Yeah.
gonna be
So
for.
somebody yesterday, I don't know who, last
Oh my
night,
god, that scared
Alex
the
and I-
shit out of me. I have
Alex
to
and
ask
I
Jake
took-
if he did that.
Alex
I
and
don't think he
He
did.
probably did not. Alex and I took the trash down, and the dresser was on its end.
Somebody stood
That
it up.
big heavy thing. Somebody took it and
Jake, did you put the dresser on its end yesterday? The
the
dresser?
dresser. Did you tip
We're
it
talking to our
like
roommate Jake.
from horizontal to vertical?
Okay.
Oh, so somebody did.
So
We
Alex
took
and I
the-
were
we
like,
took
well,
the
this is
trash out last night, and
this
that's
is
what
going
it
to
was
be a
doing.
hazard. So we
I just threw it down and it broke a little.
broke a little bit.
I'm like, good, it broke a little bit. It's heavy, but that had to that takes like just to move it. Like I'm like, who the hell was able to put it on its side like that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of freaky.
So that's it for the topic. That was a great topic. I think we had a good conversation on that. But on that note, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here? I have one other topic that might be really cool to talk about, but
I don't think
that's about it.
No.
There's been 2 articles that came out. One of them from Hasbro, one of them from Lego. You can create your own stuff. Lego's making
I saw
your
the
own
minifigure one.
Lego. You can make your own minifigure entirely, like with little like placements on there on your. But for Hasbro, you can scan your face and put it on an action figure.
Really?
You can be a Power Ranger. I might do that.
That's cool.
So we might have to look into that. But those are some really cool things that have been coming out. Like a lot of people are getting into their own like 3D printing, and then Hasbro and Lego have started to do their own like, let's start bringing people in to build their own thing. Like Build-A-Bear has been around for how many years now?
Speaking of Build-A-Bear, I have not confirmed this, but someone told me that they're going to do Pokemon Build-A-Bears.
Yeah.
I think they already
Yeah,
do. They do.
they
I think my brother has an
have.
Eevee.
But it was
Yeah.
really recent that they started doing some.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my brother has an Eevee already
Mhm.
from Build-A-Bear.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Alex, you want to go ahead and plug your Twitch?
Yes, if you would like to watch me on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings, playing lots of Call of Duty right now. We're probably going to try out some Power Washer Simulator. Power Washing Simulator this
Is
weekend.
there something else you want to check out yet? I mean, I don't know of any games that are.
I mean, we're pretty much kicking ass right now on Call of Duty. So
Yeah, I agree.
everybody's having a good time with it for the most part.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, I agree. As far as my stream goes, twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can catch me there every Wednesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning. Big announcements on that. We've been playing a lot of Fall Guys. My anniversary is coming up very soon.
Mhm.
I don't know what I'm going to be doing for it. Eventually, I'll announce something, but that's coming up in like a couple weeks, and
Actually,
it's next week.
it's like next weekend.
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to. I'm not going to be able to do anything, so I'm going to have to figure out a time
Oh.
to do it.
He said out.
He knows we're doing the plugs.
For my stream, you can catch me watching, or you can watch me play Fall Guys lately. Rick has been joining us on Fall Guys, and he has been
Does he get angry?
No, he's actually
He's-
really, really good
he's
at
amazing.
it. Yeah.
He's really good at Fall Guys. Actually,
Crystal, on the other hand.
yeah.
Just go on to TikTok and
Yeah.
you'll find it.
So if you follow
hilarious.
Alex or my TikTok, we're tagged in that kind of stuff. We'll
Yeah,
have to
it's funny.
repost it or something. But
It's on our Discord.
it is on our Discord, so join our Discord. As far as our podcast goes, we'd appreciate if you guys hit the like button on our YouTube channel and also hit the subscribe and be subscribed for when we are live and hit that bell. You'll be notified for when we are live. That's every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as far as our social media goes, we'd appreciate if you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, or all three. PTO Unlimited is what you'll search. PTO Unlimited _podcast on Instagram. Also join our public Discord where we just post memes and have conversations about. We're going to have a lot of sports chat going on because very
1
soon
month away.
fantasy
1 month.
football. We're going to be having a lot of conversation in our sports chat, so
What
make
are
sure
you
you guys
doing
are joining
to
the
him?
Discord. She's messing with Pixel with her foot. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is at _Mr. L.
Brett _wings.
Cute _kitty.
Final note. I tried to hold off on doing this, but because Microsoft bought Activision, but I went ahead and bought Modern Warfare 2019 because it was the lowest price it's ever been on sale, and that was $20.
Yeah.
Plus, I had a $5 gift card that Microsoft gave to everybody.
They've been
so
giving them out. Yep. They've been doing
I
it.
got that. I think because it's still on sale next week, I'm gonna get the original Modern Warfare remaster. I
Mhm.
still haven't bought
I
that.
have it. I have the remaster, but it's on 360 or so. I don't know. It's
No, the remaster was on Xbox
I
One.
own the remaster, but then they remaster it again or no?
You might have had the Game of the Year edition
I don't know
on
what
360,
I own.
and then the remaster came out in like 2017.
I'll have to launch my Xbox after this and show you what I own
Yeah.
so I can see.
But I don't remember much from Modern Warfare 2019. The only thing I remember was there was a mission where you go in and you clear a house, and you're literally going up. It's very compact.
I did play that
and
mission.
You do it with night vision.
Mm-hmm. I did play that mission. That's like it's a little
it's
bit
like
in,
the
but it's
third-
not.
It's like the third
It's
or fourth
not super
mission.
part. I didn't finish the campaign.
Yeah,
I should.
I
always
but
say
going through that, it's pretty fun. So
I have a final note.
go for it.
The other day, my wife asked me if she'd seen the dog bowl. I said I never knew he did.
I saw that today on TikTok. So cheesy, so corny. Get out of here.
Do you want to be hit now or later?
I'll catch you guys next week with a black eye. Bye, guys.